What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Today we have Max0r's Final Fantasy 15 review. Now, I know I've done a lot of Max0r reactions in my last videos. I promise there is some original content coming. I'm not just a React Andy, or maybe I am. As far as I'm aware, Final Fantasy is an anime game. And last time I reacted to an anime game, it didn't turn out so good. But hopefully this one is better, man. I don't know too much about Final Fantasy. I've seen a few streamers I like to watch play it. And I think I may have watched a trailer myself when I was streaming. But if there's anyone who can explain a game to me in a way my autistic mind will understand, it is Max0r. Let's go.
There are spoilers in the video.
Spoilers!
Final Fantasy 15 is one of the most unintentionally funny games ever made. And
Really?
I don't award that distinction lightly.
Does it have bugs?
It's trying its best. In this game, you play as John Fantasy, an intrepid
John
prince of
Fantasy,
Insomnia, accompanied by the BTS crew as they travel across Korea in their bid to
they low-key do look like BTS though.
The Joseon dynasty with Jungkook as their one true king. If you can think of it,
Dude,
15 has it.
I saw a TikTok with some guy, and like, I'm not a BTS fan by any means, but I have friends who are. I guess people do like fucking worship this Jungkook guy. So this TikTok was basically this guy trying to flirt with a BTS fan, and he was like, yeah, I'm a big fan of Jungkook, right? And for some reason that cracked me up. I don't know why I had to share that story, but...
Do you want to conscript God to kill endangered animals? Entering Super Saiyan mode to kill a sea snake? Compress a mountain-sized turtle into a black hole and break the entire game's leveling system because of lasagna? Yeah, that's
lasagna.
possible. Is it a good game? Well, that's debatable.
Lasagna's kind of overrated though. Let's be honest.
You know, thank God they added the hyper-realistic pizza. It just
Damn.
wouldn't be the same. This game
I
is
say
one of the
pizza.
most baffling design disasters that I've ever seen, and showing it to you in its full absurd glory is a service to my country. With hurricane-force tonal shifts,
America,
story, and utterly incomprehensible combat, there is no part of this game that didn't surprise me, although I don't think they intended that. So come along as we dive headfirst into the boy band madness and recall the finest game of 2016. If you
2016?
imagine this game is
Wait, is this game so old? Is there a new one that people are playing, or is this... What's the PS... Is there not a PlayStation exclusive? Bruh, I'm just gonna let it play.
fucking insulting. Our story begins
The saga
with the
of
king
what?
Korea, whose
Silly
name
names.
is King Lightheaven.
It doesn't look very Korean, but who am I to say that?
113th. I looked it up on the wiki. Their dynasty is only 2,000 years old.
Only?
For him to be there, every single male king must have fucked at 17. Maximum. He's busy disowning his son and our protagonist, Knight Lightheaven, in hopes that he will get some blonde bitch pussy. Noctis, my son. I have
It's really the goal of us all, isn't it?
It's here that we're introduced to our buddies, the BTS boys, and all of their unique...
What are the odds that my man is getting copyright struck for the half a second of BTS music in here? And he had Evanescence in here too, but like, I can see it. I can see it.
Mechanics. Quicksilver is a light Slovenian femboy who exclusively fights through small arms fire.
Isn't Quicksilver a Marvel hero
who shakes you with rusty knives?
that dies in
friendship is a
Age of Ultron?
reliable bear who hits people with giant chunks of metal. With our friends assembled in our car out of gas, it's time to begin the game in earnest. Now, it's surprising to me that they actually struggle to push their car, since Noctis can deflect punches from a fucking giant. This sets in motion a series of quirky adventures to satiate the bloodlust of Park Ji-min. It's time to talk about that combat, or better known as a 19th
Is he fighting a giraffe?
Take
What
that,
the fuck?
Cecil the lion.
Killing the lion.
Dashing between enemies, performing mid-air backflips, and teleporting around fast enough to burn my graphics card. For the other half, though, it's imbalanced.
Bro, my graphics card is actually fine. I don't know what in my computer has been slow recently. I just think my memory, my RAM is struggling. It's on its last legs. Maybe I just need more RAM. But this game looks graphic intense as fuck, dude. So I'm gonna save my PC the where it would.
As fuck. Let's go on a quest to explore a level 20 cave. In order to get there, you'll have to drive down the street, take the path, and fight the mandatory level 54 Giga Snake. Endgame bosses are level 53. I'm not even 10 hours in. Fortunately, you could run right past it and straight into the instant kill crabs. I'm convinced they put this here by accident. There is
Wait, like they one-shot you?
So how do we stop getting crabs like your dad? Noctis has 4 slots.
My dad
to use
doesn't have
4
crab.
weapons of various
Well, I don't know,
movesets,
but I'd
including
assume he doesn't.
swords, bigger swords, London resident, hydraulic
that's me.
press
I'm
hammer
London
on a stick,
resident.
and magic. Mind Freak is pretty cool, but bullets work a little faster. Each enemy reacts differently to each weapon, forcing you to switch up your playstyle, or alternatively, just hold down the sword button and watch the game play itself. I can just feel the variety, but by far the
Wait, so you hold down that button, it just plays the game for you? Damn, so you literally have to have no gaming skill. Makes sense.
Best weapon in your arsenal is the point warp, which allows you to travel arbitrary distances at will. Oh, buddy, hang on, I see a pixel like 5 miles away. The primary contributor towards
it reminds me a little bit of Shadow of Mordor, like that.
To cheese the game. Not to mention, the animation budget is absurd. Every time you hit someone's back,
the animations look clean.
For every boss, there is a unique animation. You can really feel the animator's sweat as he nears the end of his 13-hour Japanese workday at the Square Enix Insane Asylum, leaping 60 feet.
Wait, who has longer work days? Japanese or Americans, dude? Because I know both have a crazy culture of work. Well, after that, I couldn't find any resounding evidence. It did say Americans work longer hours on the whole, but I have heard stories of Japanese people working themselves to death. So I don't know. Someone let me know.
Stab a dog, a mid-air sword fight, and a triple backflip to dunk a crocodile. It's all
dunk
here,
a crocodile.
It's really janky. Yeah. A common theme for Final Fantasy 15 is that it's fun when it works, but it doesn't often work. So
like Cyberpunk.
Performance in a
you know more.
I'm losing my mind. It's important that we go over the rest of our.
It looks like a fucking actual anime, dude. Like that's how clean it's animated.
As why has our dad sent us to Nevada? Why is the cow big? Why won't a virtual YouTuber Sunamaki Watami collaborate with me?
Nah. I need to know, why does it look like a weird cross between anime, Shadow of Mordor, and GTA? Maybe a bit of Skyrim, actually. Elder Scrolls. I don't know, like, there's cars, but you're fighting with swords. It's weird. My mind is blown.
There are 6 gods or some shit, and
The Rock.
Humans for fun. Big mistake. These
Ohio.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson, the
My
Wizard,
guy.
the Snake, the unsafe for YouTube, unlimited blade.
Just Dwayne The Rock and everyone else has generic names like the Snake.
Breakdancing. The Tango Totem in particular was very helpful and told us how to turn on our stove. From this, the beautiful and powerful
I've always
civilization
wondered how.
of Solheim had risen to try and kill the gods immediately, presumably with enough nukes to make Belka look like Clown College. This, of course, forces the dancing deity to strike them down, creating demons and alternative political philosophies. This pisses everyone off and begins the First Korean War, forcing the gods to give the kings of Lucis some cool swag and the K-pop crystal, forever dividing humanity and preventing the manifestation of white people Juche. So after the defeat of the Samba Scourge, the gods took a nap for like several thousand years.
Doesn't happen in everything.
Earth to the kings of Lucis. Apparently,
aren't all the gods always sleeping, dude? Fucking lazy piece of shit.
Seeing no problem with this. So anyways, the Niflheim Empire just takes over the entire planet using an army of Juche demon terminators. Their new goal is to kill all of the gods again, except this time while they're sleeping. And by the time our game begins,
I mean, that is an easy way to kill them. You don't want them to be awake.
God's blessing is just shit. Now, what do you think happens the literal instant that you leave the city for an arranged marriage with the Empire? Do I hear skydiving?
Terrorism happens.
I mean, I guess the plot has to happen sometime. I got spurs.
Someone pointed this out to me in the comments that his videos have a lot of lore in them, and like it's more lore than comedy, or like what did they put it as? I don't remember. It's like being funny. Like, I want everyone to know, with my degenerate brain, I only see big boom explosions and the comedy. Me no understand complex lore of Final Fantasy. And I also have no background in any of most of the games that he's reviewed. So really and truly, you know, expecting me with my room temperature IQ to understand this is very, very wishful.
This emotional and life-changing moment affects our protagonist greatly. Everything he's ever known has been destroyed, and nothing will ever be the same again. Hey, Noctis, you want to go ride some boids? Ho ho! It's enough to make you forget about your dead family. With our lives permanently destroyed, it's time for Noctis to begin the true trials.
I love saying birds like boids.
Find all of the
I don't know why.
Kings spread throughout the world and
is he doing that because they're meant to look inbred?
Thanks, Grandpa. Your ashes were delicious. This is when the problems begin, and they don't end. Director Tetsuya Nomura was, to put it lightly,
he looks like the main character.
Again, he tried to make the game a musical because he watched Les Miserables once. There
I have not
no
seen that.
The ghost of cut content. It has so many unique and
actually, he doesn't look that much like the main character. I think I'm deluded.
As if the game has too much money, but the budget had to be prioritized by fucking Cleverbot. This took 10 years and 2 engines to make. When you play the main quest, it introduces some new characters in elaborate cutscenes and then kills them in a minute. You would think the open world would be some relief from this, but no, the car is on rails. They didn't even program driving. What does that remind you of? Speaking of
Cyberpunk, it's crazy. Do some companies just prioritize the looks of the game and graphics over actual functionality? I feel like that's true, man. Especially the ones that have massive hype. like that have been made for years, like Cyberpunk did. Because any little bug, people are gonna shit their pants because they've been waiting years for the game.
Forgot to do side quests. There's a few of them, but out of the 206 possible activities, there were only 2 that were good. How can this be?
It's like filler
the best way
episodes
to describe
in
why is
Naruto.
to engage in one, and I think this market looks like a great
Like
place
2
to
of them are
start.
good, and the other
Once I'm
500
king
are
of the planet,
shit.
So I was driving my car, and I just so happened to kill my wife by crashing into a tree at 90 miles per hour. Sounds good. I need you to go find my mangoes. You're fucking what? I left them in the truck after killing my wife in a car
mangoes?
crash. I don't think your problem is mangoes. Can you find my mangoes? All right, we'll just go and find the mangoes. Wow, look at these bees. Thank you for finding the mangoes that I lost when I killed my wife. Okay. A while back, I lost a few apples on the side of the road while driving at night. Okay, let's go do that. Apparently, because they
Aren't
didn't have
most
enough
side
money
quests
to
like
waste,
that,
Square
though?
Enix put a cup noodles quest into the game. The characters actively rant about the deliciousness of cup noodles.
They're easy to make whenever you've got a craving, and they're delicious to boot. If you take
I mean,
something
are they
already
wrong?
delicious like cup noodles and add in the finest, freshest ingredients, what do you get? The ultimate flavor experience.
So heading through
much
the map's
darkness.
disguised hallways on our disguised train, we travel between locations, interspersed between vast stretches of absolute nothingness. This game already looks great. Our gang rides to the city of Lestalem in search of Noctis's ibuprofen. Fortunately, this well-dressed and not suspicious individual has all of the answers that we need. This is Arden, a
course
man
he
who is
does.
incapable of speaking normally.
Aren't nursery rhymes curious things?
I guess.
What? He is willing to lead us to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's medicine cabinet, and we accept without hesitation. So after
You're
entering
gonna find a lot of steroids in that medicine cabinet. Please don't hurt me, The Rock. The Johnson.
his white van with free My Chemical Romance CDs.
Have fun Nights at
Dwayne
Freddy's.
"The Rock" skyrocketing rock slide rocket sprocket.
I came here to clear a headache.
He looks more like Kratos than
So for Noctis to gain the
The
god's
Rock.
power and defeat
Oh, the guy from
Empire
God of War.
he
That's
has
his
to
name.
beat half of them up. Kind of like the Empire does, but he's the correct family of inbred designer dogs, so it's different. A prolonged
Inbred
and
dog,
painful fight
Sag.
against Dwayne's masturbation arm ensues, really highlighting this game's focus on spectacle at the expense of my sanity. But eventually, we scratch his arm into respecting us, and he fucking kills everyone in a 90-mile radius.
What did he do?
I'm with the Empire now, and furthermore, I've stolen your car. Get the fuck inside, or this volcano will turn your penis inside.
GTA.
You know, it's very nice that Arden gave us a lift up twice. I wonder if we'll see more of him. Next on the list of gods to impress is Gandalf, who just kind
Gandalf?
of lives in the woods that we've already explored. I think they
Isn't
ran
that-
out of
isn't
time
that
for
kind
this
of
one
like
because the only thing
realistic
standing
to
between us and
Gandalf?
him is one
Like the
cave
Lord of the
that
Rings
we
one?
can walk through, and maybe romance.
He
a
seems like he
stranger
lives in the
too.
woods.
Oh, that guy, she's real cute. I don't know what to say. Bada bing, bada doovel. We've got his approval. That took like 20 minutes. This game is more rushed than a fucking Chinese high-rise. From this moment going forward, the game has effectively destroyed all possible tension.
There's
By
so
having
many
Noctis be
little
exclusively
references.
assisted by fucking Zeus, Final Fantasy 15 becomes a game about
I
the
feel like if I
gods
point
being
every single
how
one
is this
out,
for a mechanic? The
I
gods
will be
held this
pausing the
somebody
video 27,000 times. Like I heard a Big Bang Theory soundtrack.
randomly. Oh man, Noctis, you're fighting like 90 demons down there. You can handle that. Good luck. Don't worry, Noctis. I will be the one to save you from these 3 very threatening giraffes.
Giraffes. With
Thank
antlers.
me later. You know, we've gotten pretty used to this
Okay.
game. The vast open world, the fruit truck incident, or having a car. We'll throw that shit in the trash. This game turns from an open world adventure into a linear
a boat.
corridor halfway through. Although that's giving the open world a lot of credit. I don't think I'm going to miss this guy. From this point onward, we are eternally trapped in the cut content zone. The devs made a nearly perfect recreation of Venice with no side quests in it. Look at the detail of this town. The beautiful
Yeah, it looks really good.
unique art. I was there for 10 minutes.
Oh
Once.
shit.
It's actually impressive that they're willing to waste this much time. Even the NPCs in this town are just fucking off. The bartender for the only restaurant in the city talks like he wants to fucking eat you. What the fuck do you mean, Eldritch
Cannibals.
Abomination, Satoshi? Get back to the office right now and animate another 100 backflips. So after owning God 1 and God Nude, it's up to Noctis and the Bacchus to head to the Imperial capital and retrieve our K-pop crystal.
Sauron.
That is until Arden
Oh, it's the
shows up
crystal,
and
never
he
mind.
derails the entire fucking plot.
Sup, bitch?
It turns out that Arden
Error
isn't just
code.
with the Empire, he is the fucking Empire. Oh, and also he can teleport, is literally immortal, has stabbed my wife, and also is going to
Not
kill
my
my
wife.
fucking son. All that we have to do to stop him is enter the city of Pyongyang and endure his weaponless cock and ball torture dungeon. This man has gone from helping us to literally trying to gas me. Of course, doing
It looks
so,
a little
trapping
like
Noctis a
in
pocket
that
dimension for 20
thingy
years
with the
and
gas
his
there. It looks a
son.
little
That
like
way,
Resident
he can
Evil
kill
when
the
you go
gods
into
and the
Heisenberg's
true king
factory.
while he's a consenting adult. If this all sounds confusing
This
or
course.
stupid, stupid, don't worry, I don't have time to explain. You're totally free to watch the 5-episode anime series, animated episode Arden Prologue, all 4 character DLC, and the full Kingsglaive Final Fantasy 15 movie if you want the full context for what's happening. That's very ambitious of you, Square Enix. In fact, they retroactively updated.
Wait, is Final Fantasy an anime then? What? He just said there's a movie and 5 episodes, so I'd assume it is.
From the movie, because it just didn't make enough sense. Now it's up to us to fight Arden in the future. This is of course the part where the developers realized they had too many bosses, since this game was planned as well as the Great Leap Forward. So they made us fight like 5 in a row. That is some pacing. Not to mention, they're all very difficult. One might say absolutely unplayable. As it turns out, valuing your own time by not playing the shitty fetch quests gives your experience vastly below what is expected. We aren't even strong enough to fight the big snake. I could go back and do some quests if I was fucking stupid. No, we're going to do something much worse.
Tell me how to break the game, sir.
What I do is travel back in time to Venice and endure the 5 minutes of gondola riding.
Wait, it just does that for 5 minutes? Oh, fuck. I hate unskippable scenes like that. Pisses me off. The only thing was is unskippable credits.
For this guy, he might try to steal the platinum ship. Go and initiate the quest where you're supposed to fight the huge fucking Blastoise for 2 hours.
Blastoise.
You can try to summon.
Oh, don't talk about Blastoise, man. Oh my god, I remember when I was playing Pokemon Go and there was a Blastoise right by my house, man. And I tried to catch it and I didn't catch it. My friend was with me and he got it, and I had to run home and because I had to go somewhere and I was late and I didn't catch the Blastoise or Blastoise. Nah, I'm depressed. Depression.
He is powerless against the big turtle. Congratulations, you've unleashed unstoppable death into this world.
What is that?
Now it's up to you to destroy it. This is the Ring of the Lucio. You get it after visiting the 2-hour ball twisting dungeon and can be used to compress enemies out of existence. For no discernible reason, it works on the turtle, instantaneously killing him via compression into a stellar object. That is a lot of XP. Now, XP is applied only when you sleep and can be enhanced by sleeping in a hotel, which is multiplied by 3 if you eat lasagna. It's time to travel back to the fucking timeline where we've gone Garfield. And
I actually do have lasagna with in my fridge right now.
Congratulations, you now have the XP equivalent of 3 giant turtles. The game is
nice.
over. Why even play anymore? All that's left is to strut back to the Arden Gauntlet and let the game play itself. Just take caution when time traveling that you do not get absorbed into the eternally falling hellscape. Now we can break through Arden's big cocoon using the help of each god individually. Although, they apparently can't just kill him because that would free me from this nightmare. Your wife's ghost also shows up, and I'm gonna be honest, I forgot that Lunafreya was in the game because she's a walking plot device. The game has no autonomous women in it. Very based of you, Japan. As for the ending of the game,
no
it's
women.
everything that the developers had left over. Big Dog, fuck it, he's in the game now. Breakdancing man, yeah, do it, just put him in the geometry. Hey Noctis, I need your help to retrieve 10 metal after I killed my wife and I was done with this. And of course, killing Noctis's grandparents with a fucking bazooka. So by the time we've reached what's essentially the Joker, I can say with confidence that I am fucking done. It's very fitting that Arden's only motivation as a villain is to personally screw with me until the final battle, because that's exactly what the game has accomplished. The game even says it out loud.
Spite's all that's kept him going.
Really, you're gonna go with just spite. Killing Arden is pretty much a formality at this point, only made more expedient when God gets off his ass and actually helps me by ruining the final boss fight. What a cool mechanic. Much like the rest of the game, I don't know what's happening, and yet I'm winning. Now, as I watch Noctis painfully throw his body onto the various
story of my life.
Conventional warfare tactics.
The game even feels the need to be so ridiculous and dramatic that Noctis McFucking kills himself so that he can double kill Arden in the afterlife. But really, that's just part of the charm. Final Fantasy 15 realizes to some extent just how ridiculous it's being. The fact that it doesn't care for even a second how much money it throws away, how over the top the set pieces are, or just how fucked up the pacing is.
What is that, dude?
The game has altered genres hour by hour. It has both too much money and not enough money. It's both an open world game and a string of set pieces. And the combat is great. Or it's terrible. One could say it depends on your outlook. There's this moment near the end of the game where it asks you to reflect. It's taken pictures of you throughout the game.
There's some punk music
now. The one that exemplified my playthrough. I didn't think that it meant much until the final cutscene where Noctis shows a picture of the massive turtle to his wife, looking fondly back at all the broken experiences he went through, and I burst out laughing for several minutes. Nothing will ever describe to you what the game is about.
I'd totally do that too.
This product is not worth any of your money. It will never be. But holy shit, maybe it was worth my time.
Thank you all for watching. Stick around
I
to
would
hear
like
the
to
music
thank the
drop.
Illuminati
Okay.
for funding this channel with their reptilian dark money to prevent my
I
starvation.
want to hear the music
If you
drop.
would like to contribute to the channel and ensure the reign of our lizard overlords, you can head to my Patreon to learn more. Thank you all for watching and waiting.
Head to
And
his
of course,
Patreon.
You have 9 days to live.
Okay, that's enough. I don't know if this music is copyright friendly or not. I'd assume it is since he's using it, but you never know in this day and age. Because you can be struck for things that shouldn't strike you down. But anyway, that was a great video from Max0r. We might take a break from his videos since I've reacted to so many in the last few videos that, you know, I want to switch up. It was really good. I was lost from the lore and everything. I always am lost from the lore. You know, with the ADHD, everything jumping out at me, you know. My brain just jumps from thing to thing, you know? He told me not to buy the game, and I will trust him, and I won't buy this game. If you're new, hit that subscribe button. Go look at the Twitch and join us live for some fun Twitch streams, and yeah? Be sure to check out some other Max0r reactions in the end card, and I'll see you all next time.